Hello everyone, I am Taureor and welcome to yet another one of my Hearts of Iron IV challenges. This time we're going to be playing as Latvia and conquering the Soviet Union. It might seem similar to my Lithuania challenge, but I intend to follow a different strategy. Regular difficulty, Ironman mode and historical focuses. Before we start, I want to say one more thing. I do enjoy Hearts of Iron IV challenges, but I do want to play different games sometimes. I will still strive to release one every week, preferably on Friday. However, if you'd like to see me do some Europa Universalis 4 challenges, for example, leave suggestions in the comments. However, EU4 is a much longer and slower game, so if you want to suggest EU4 challenges, make sure they are short, small EU4 challenges. I will not accept big ones. Alright, let's start. Ironman Latvia 1. We start with 5 factories, 4 units, no commanders, a generic focus tree. Let's start political effort right away. And let's build some military factories. As for research, just generic choices as always. Produce more guns and train more units, a lot more units, and make them the highest priority. And that is it. Now we wait. We wait for our political effort to be complete so that we can hire an advisor that will switch our ideology. And our first target for conquest will be Estonia. Political effort is complete, which means I can hire an advisor. Let's get a communist revolutionary. We want to switch to communism. Let's also start collectivist ethos, which will lead to nationalism, which will unlock militarism. We have to do these before we switch ideologies. Okay. Unpausing and waiting for a communist government. Here's our first communist event. It's a bit late. However, it might be sufficient. Alright, this is enough to get a referendum. Now we can get a referendum and switch ideologies, of course, if the event happens quickly. And here it is, finally, a referendum. Alright, switching ideologies, let's see who we got. He's a generic guy, pity. And now we can start justifying our war goals. Our first war goal is going to be against Estonia, and the second one against Lithuania. Here we go. Let's wait. Also, with militarism done, we will have enough manpower to deploy tons of unequipped troops. And this is exactly what we're going to do. This is a very bad event, an event that lets us become part of the Soviet Union and get annexed. Of course, we're going to refuse, but we have to watch out for that event. If we intend to puppet Estonia and Lithuania, they might get it and get annexed. Well, they will get the event, but there are many choices. If they get annexed by the Soviet Union, my plans will be ruined, and I might need to restart. Having completed industrial effort, we can do armament effort and get some guns. As you can see, we have a lot of people, not a lot of guns. We're going to be deploying those unequipped units, because we will beat Estonia and Lithuania with numbers, just going around their troops. We managed to deploy 16 units, and our war goal against Estonia is ready now. Let's attack. And before we do anything else, let's check if Poland got an advisor, because they tend to do so. Who makes it more difficult to justify on them? Yes, they have. Okay, if they haven't, I would start justifying on Poland now, but they have, so I'm going to start justifying on Poland when we declare on Lithuania. Now, why numbers? Because they can't cover all the borders. I can just move these troops in here. And hopefully, I'll be able to take all of their victory points before they can do anything to stop me. And I will accomplish that, hopefully, by making sure their troops are all busy defending against my attacks. Also, since I'm not justifying, let's get an infantry expert going. Go. Now they're attacking here, but when they stop the attack, which will happen, yeah, see, we're through. And we're gonna take their victory points soonish. Ooh, they attacked here. Well, I can move you instead. It's also going to work. The Soviet Union is sending volunteers, and apparently we got a dockyard. Well, since we have it already, let's get convoys, also buy some steel. However, I don't need the volunteers from the Soviet Union. We can manage, and taking them will probably increase world tension. So let's not accept their volunteers. Is that going to be enough? Probably. Come on. And here we go. I'm going to puppet them and hope the Soviets don't annex them. If they do, we'll have to restart. Our war goal against Lithuania will be ready momentarily. Here it is. Now we need to do several things. First, declare war. Now, start justifying a war goal on Poland. That will take 305 days. Good. Now, we can switch to war economy because the world tension is sufficient. And let's give our guys orders. I will give them manual orders. These are the manual orders I have given my troops. Hopefully they will be able to go between enemy units and take all those provinces without actually having to fight anyone. Let's unpause and see. Looking good. And here it is. Okay, we're going to puppet Lithuania, but not just puppet Lithuania. We're going to take Memel for ourselves. Why? Well, let me explain. We need to give it to Germany. Now, let's get ready to fight Poland. A war goal against Poland is ready, but I don't want to attack immediately. I think I'll wait a little bit longer. I've just stopped training my guys. They need to regain organization. I also need to request some forces from my subjects. I was hoping they would have more. Can you deploy some more forces, maybe? I've also switched some of my guys to colonial templates and started training new colonial guys. I should probably deploy those too. I've moved my guys around a little bit, and I think we're ready to declare war. But first, let's join the Comintern. Unpause for a moment. Right, and now declare war on Poland. Now, I'm not going to call any of my subjects in. For now, this is our only border that is at war, and I'm going to make sure that they move their armies to the Soviet borders, which they will do, since they will feel threatened by the Soviet Union. And, you know, that's wise to feel threatened by the Soviet Union. We also get some free Lend-Lease, cool. And once this becomes undefended, relatively, okay, that's a lot of stuff happening. Once this becomes relatively undefended, I am going to call in Lithuania and attack from this area. Although for that I should probably extend the front line to cover that as well. This is the defensive army, this is the offensive army. Let's give them a little bit more time. Right, does it feel right? Not yet. Okay, this should work, this should work. Let's call in Lithuania. And Estonia, because why not? Not the Soviet Union. And this, and now we should be able to cut through here and get all the important victory points. Can we do that? Oh, they took a bit of territory. Also, let's activate the other attack order, even though it is a balanced one. Right. Did you just stop your advancement? No, you did not. That's fine. Attack them, attack them. That will require some manual management, but if we can do this right, I will take over all of this area without too much trouble. That is quite a bit of manual ordering, isn't it? Hopefully we can get all the important victory points without too much interference from the enemy. That is a German volunteer force in Poland in 38. That is weird, to say the least. As you can see, if this goes well, we'll be able to separate most of the Polish forces from their capital. Italian volunteers. Well, that's a new one. This is looking great. Now, if we can separate the two, we'll be able to push here, take Danzig, or Gdańsk if you prefer, the Polish pronunciation, and yeah, that will be it, hopefully. Just take these as well. Some forces remain, but now these troops are separated from the current capital, and they will be attritioning. I think we can speed this up now. And at this point, when we take Gdańsk, we should win. And here we are. Now we're going to get some puppets from Poland. First we're going to make puppets out of Belarus and Ukraine. That's our first move. Now we're going to take Gdańsk for ourselves. Why? Well, because we're going to give it to the Germans. Why would we do such a thing, you ask? Well, probably you don't, but why would we? To prevent war. To prevent war. And they will ask for it, we will give it to them, and war should not happen. And finally, we will puppet Poland. That is the end of this war. We're now a member of the Comintern, but we intend to fight the Soviet Union. So how are we going to do this? Well, first we need to be stronger. We need to get more troops. With so many puppets, getting more strong troops will not be difficult. We'll just be requesting their troops and also making colonial ones. What else? Well, we're probably going to attack Romania, but not before Germany attacks towards France, because then they will be busy and they will not guarantee Romania. I have made a whole bunch of colonial templates, switched all our units to colonial templates, and I'm planning our next moves. Hopefully we can avoid war with Germany, we'll give them Memel and Gdańsk, and then, when they start fighting the Allies, we'll safely, easily conquer Romania, perhaps Bulgaria and Greece, I don't know, to build up a stronger base to challenge the Soviet Union. Unfortunately, we will have to leave the Comintern because of the Ribbentrop-Molotov Pact. However, perhaps they will not attack us. We'll see. Now, Germany is doing the reassert Eastern Claim focus. That means they will demand Memel, and if they are refused, they're going to attack. I don't want to fight Germany at all. We only intend to fight the Soviet Union if we can manage that. So I'm going to give them Memel when they ask for it. Aren't they going to ask for it? Maybe it only happens if Lithuania holds it. Oh, and they're doing around Maginot. Really? Oh, Danziger War only works if Poland owns it. That is perfect for me. That is perfect for me. We don't have to negotiate with them or anything. We can just attack Romania, probably. Wonderful. They're not even going to annex Czechoslovakia. Really? Interesting. Okay, that opens up new possibilities. Well, I have to think about it for a moment. When Germany is done with around Maginot, we're going to start justifying war goals in the Balkans. Because they will attack the Allies and, stuff will go down, world tension will increase, Allies will be busy, so on and so forth. Although I should probably wait until Italy joins the Axis, that will drive the world tension up more. Belgium joined Allies, and Italy joined Axis, yeah. And that increases the world tension sufficiently to, shorten the war goal justification. Now we're going to start justifying war goal on Yugoslavia. Why Yugoslavia? Well, because Yugoslavia tends to join factions. And let's also do Greece. Yugoslavia tends to join factions early, so I have to attack them first to prevent that from happening. I mean, it will not necessarily prevent it from happening, but it will make it more possible that it won't happen. And if they join, for example, Axis, and I have to fight the Axis, then I'll just lose. But this is, getting down here is necessary for this to work. So we're going to first attack Yugoslavia, and then we're going to attack Greece, and Greece will call in Romania. Hopefully it will all work out well. Belgium and Netherlands are gone. France is still standing. Let's see what Germany's doing. Germany's doing Fate of Czechoslovakia. Okay, and Paris has fallen. That means it's the end of France. Well, there's still free France. Not for long, probably. Oops, Germany's doing Molotov-Ribbentrop. That is very not good for us. Because if they finish it and we are in the Comintern, we'll lose all this territory. So we effectively have to leave the Comintern. Let's do it now, so maybe we can get a non-aggression pact. We can't, but we can if we improve relations. So let's improve relations. Czechoslovakia joined the Allies. And Czechoslovakia capitulated. That was quick. Right, let's get that non-aggression pact with the Soviets, and hopefully also military access. Did I ask for it? I did not. Oh, cool. Yugoslavia has been guaranteed by Romania. That's actually good. That means we will be starting to fight Romania immediately. That is good news, actually. Our war goal is nearly ready, and I have a plan. We're going to make a run for their capital through Romania, because they'll probably be undefended here, while the other army is attacking Romania. Well, let's see how well that goes, shall we? Here's the war goal. Let's declare war. Call all our subjects. Here goes. And you, well, let's just wait for Romania to join. And all the others, you just move towards their capital. I have even made some cavalry to make them advance faster. While the other army just advances here. Let's see how that goes. I could send them via different paths, but this way, if they encounter any resistance on that one path, it is likely to be easily crushed. Oh, right, I should speed this up. Yay! Belgrade is not undefended, but it is very lightly defended. I suppose I should redistribute some of these guys. Come on, you're almost there. And Finland's gonna get attacked by the Soviets. Belgrade is now ours, they should surrender. Ha, and they did. Now, with Yugoslavia we could do two things. We could release puppets or we could take them directly. I think I'm going to take all of the land directly. For now. Because we need 50 factories to finally get the final research slot. And then perhaps I will release the puppets. Because I don't want Yugoslavia as a puppet. Since Yugoslavia gets some nasty events that, you know, make people attack them. So, with that in mind, we're going to just annex all this territory. And perhaps release some puppets later on. Now to beat up Romania. Unfortunately, Romania seems to have been able to mount a proper defense. Although, I might be able to get across here. You. Let's hold these divisions and make them join the attack. A little bit of a breakthrough. That is a US volunteer attacking us. That is slightly concerning. Perhaps we can get through here to Bucharest. Probably not, because they're mounting a defense, but hey, who knows? Alright, alright. Just a bit more. We have taken Bucharest. Is this enough? This is not enough to make them surrender. But almost. And here goes Romania. Okay, with Romania we also want to take some territory ourselves. We need to take Bessarabia and Bukovina, and Moldova as well. Maybe, just because the Soviet Union might be interested in those. Same goes for this area, because of Hungary. Now, I should probably leave the rest to the Romanians. You know what, I don't want the Hungarians to border... I don't want the Hungarians to border Romania. Let's take that for ourselves as well. That will make them weaker. They will be a weaker puppet, but we can still use them quite well. So we're going to puppet what remains. Alright, yeah, I should have left Bennett to the Romanians. Well, too late now. Now I hope Greece doesn't go and join an alliance, ruining my plans. Here's the war goal. Let's go against Greece. And call all our puppets. And start justifying a war goal on Turkey. That should do it. Should probably make him a field marshal. He won't have enough time in the field to get a high level. Although if we're fighting Turkey, he will have a lot of time in the field. Oops, that is a Greek naval invasion. Well, I never. Alright, let's get you guys over here. They don't stand a chance, but we should take care of it anyway. Go to Athens. And that does it for Greece. Now with Greece, I don't need to take anything directly. I can just puppet them. It's going to be more effective that way. So here goes our perhaps final puppet. It will depend on whether Turkey gets guaranteed by anyone. It is tempting to also attack Hungary and Bulgaria, but we can't do that safely without being in the Axis, because they tend to join the Axis, and if they do, we'll be in big trouble. So our only option left is essentially Turkey, and Turkey just got guaranteed by the UK. Okay, then Greece is our final puppet. Cancel the war goal on Turkey, and just get ready to finally fight the Soviet Union. But I have to warn you, the getting ready part is gonna take quite a while. Damn it, I need a field marshal. He's just level 6. Oh well. I have to promote him. I'm going to release those small puppets in Yugoslavia. We mostly needed those factories to start the extra research slots. We're not going to release Yugoslavia itself, because that could be very problematic. But we're going to release Serbia, Croatia and Montenegro. Here you go. And we have kept some Croatian territories. Now, they will have their own manpower, they will have to start building up their troops and so on, but we don't intend to attack the Soviet Union for quite a while, so hopefully they will have enough time to prepare, so we can use them properly. And as you can see, our factories have gone down significantly, but that's fine. Now that we have secured Romania and Greece and Yugoslavia, I have decided to switch to fascism, ally the Axis, and beat the... I'm not sure, either beat the Soviets together for now, or just use our alliance with them to beat up Hungary and Bulgaria. Of course, that will leave us without these territories due to the Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact, but perhaps we can find a way around this. For now, I have just fired the communist guy, so that we will have increasing fascist support. Interesting. Bulgaria is justifying on Romania. Now, problem with Bulgaria is that if they are at war, they are likely to join the Axis, and we wouldn't want them to join the Axis. That would be a problem for me. So, do we give up Belarus and Ukraine and delay our fight against the Soviets? Or we do not give up Belarus and Ukraine, fight them immediately, while we might not be ready yet? I think we'll have to give up Belarus and Ukraine. To be honest, they haven't done much to help so far, and we'll take them back. Oh, and Hungary is also going to attack me. Seems like we need to do the switch as quickly as possible. Right, let's get the demagogue. Hopefully the switch will happen before Hungary attacks, because if Hungary attacks, they might join the Axis. Now, we already have sufficient support, so just the coup event will be sufficient. I'm not sure Hungary will join Axis if they attack. And yeah, doing the join Axis focus. Can I counter-justify on them? No. Whoops, the Soviet Union is justifying war goal on us. Well, that can be a bit of a problem. Hungary joins Axis. Hopefully they will not attack us now, because now I want to join the Axis as well. Soviet ultimatum. I will refuse, but that gives them a war goal, and I don't have anyone to protect me at the moment. And I can't do it myself. Therefore, of course, I have to refuse the ultimatum now. And they're very likely to attack me at this moment. However, I'd like to join the Axis beforehand, please. Oh, they're doing war with the USSR. Huh, cool. Might not even need to join them, although it will be beneficial. Then Hungary won't use the war goals. And if they are at war with the Soviets when that happens, we will not lose Belarus and Ukraine. So that is a plus. You're right, we can get a coup now. Let's get that coup. I'm worried about Bulgaria, because they're almost done with their war goal, and they'll probably attack us then. And if and when they do that, well, they might join Axis and call them in. So, I have brought all my troops here. And if I can beat them before they can join and call the Axis, then we'll be fine. Oh, they are not doing anything because they don't have political power. Good, more time for us to switch governments. Oh, we won't need to. We won't need to wait any longer. Wonderful. Fascist coup. Great. Fascist coup. So what do we do now? Do we join the Axis? Or do we wait for them to attack, so that we won't lose Belarus and Ukraine? Let me think. I think I can wait. But we'll have to observe this. Germany now has a war goal on the Soviet Union. They seem to not be using it. Bulgaria's justification is complete, almost. We'll have to time our actions right for this to work out properly. Now, we might lose Belarus and Ukraine. The moment they attack, we join the Axis. Okay, they have the war goal. Let's slow down. No, wait a minute. I can't join the Axis when they attack. They won't accept me when I'm at war. Won't they? Oh no, I think they will. Okay, so Bulgaria did attack after all. Right, so now we need to join the Axis. Our counter-justification is pointless now. Come on, Germany. Ah, crap, they won't accept me. Well, if now the Axis allow Bulgaria to join, I'll be in trouble. Let's make sure we attack very aggressively. And call in Greece. Move, everyone. Alright, they have not joined the Axis. That's good. Perhaps they're not willing to fight. Oh, and they're inviting me. Perfect. Hello. I will, of course, accept. Now, this is, unfortunately, probably going to trigger the Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact, which will, unfortunately, make these countries disappear. Belarus and Ukraine will be annexed by the Soviet Union. That's a problem, but not a huge one. Having Germany on our side is more important than that. Oh, right. Units were sent home since we joined a faction. We'll have to remedy that. BTM Bulgaria. And here goes Bulgaria. I'm just going to puppet them. Now they will be a fascist puppet, which is superior to a communist puppet. Okay, so will Ribbentrop-Molotov trigger or not? That is the question now. I'd rather it didn't, of course, but we cannot control that. One thing I know for sure, we have to get ready to fight the Soviets. Crap. Well, I was hoping this wouldn't happen, but yeah, we're okay. I mean, it was this or Bulgaria, essentially. And Bulgaria, I believe, gives us more. Now, we could have risked not joining the faction, but Germany has the war goal against the Soviets, and they were not using it. I was hoping to have Germany attack the Soviet Union with the war goal that they have, and only then join, then the pact wouldn't trigger. Unfortunately, that did not happen. So, well, we lost 2 puppets. We lost 2 puppets. They still exist as our puppets here, which is strange. Will they disappear from the list? Let's unpause. Oh, now they do it. Bloody hell. You know what, I should probably join immediately. Perhaps I can retake my territory. Yeah, you know what, let's join immediately. Why not? Let's do this. Go. With German help, this shouldn't be too difficult, but Hungary has joined. Good. Everyone has joined. What I'm really hoping for is the ability to retake the lands that we just lost. And I'm hoping they will go to us immediately. See, we still have Belarus and Ukraine as our puppets, somehow. Oops. This is not looking too good. Let's detach some troops, form a separate army, and make them defend our homeland. Because if we capitulate, we're screwed. Why is this going to Germany? Oh, that's why. I forgot to call my puppets in. Will the Germans transfer control now? It's going back to Poland. I'm fine with that. I mean, they were good puppets, but, well, we have retaken the lost lands, mostly. State owner. So we have puppets that don't exist, which is strange. But they still count as our puppets. I wonder if that will break the game somehow. Well, the lands went back to Poland, which is okay. Now this should all go to us or our puppets, unless the puppets decide to specifically give it to the Germans. What's my war participation? 26. That's decent. Oh, now I can call them in. No, I can't because they don't have any lands. Well, at least we're finally at war with the Soviets. Unfortunately, some of their territory will have to be taken by the Germans. I will... Oh, what the hell? They moved the front line. Garrison the capital. instead. We can't let them take our stuff. We can't let them make us capitulate. This is not going as well as it could, but I think the Germans will eventually prevail. And with them, we will. Yeah, this is dangerous, but I'm garrisoning the capital, so it should be safe. At least the capital should be safe. Pushing back, and our war participation has grown. Oh, I forgot to use the planes. They're not going to help much. I kind of have to just leave this for a while. Let it happen. As you can see, I've managed to surround Leningrad, and we are also making some gains. I'm pretty happy with our progress, but we will still have to deal with Germany afterwards. In the meantime, as this is mostly undefended, let's go around. This might actually be the first time I'm seeing this event. Pearl Harbor has fallen. The southern part of the front is not looking great, but with some manual management we're slowly inching towards Moscow. Low supply and generally crappy conditions. Anyway, Moscow should soon be ours. That will severely weaken the Soviet Union, although it will not make them capitulate. We're far away from that. We're one step from Moscow, but I can't get it. Our supply here is too shitty. Right, we've pushed a little bit, and at this moment there's only one unit in Moscow. If we do this right, this might be our chance. Block the reinforcements by attacking other places, and the rest of you there. I mean, this is not going to end the war. It's going to be tremendously helpful. And we hold Moscow. Wonderful. This is a long, exhausting, and difficult. However, my little puppets keep on making new troops, which I can keep sending to the front lines. So, in the long run, we are gaining all the time. As you can see, the front line is progressing, but it is very slow. However, at this point, it is quite clear that we will win against the Soviet Union. About to take Stalingrad. I don't think that will be sufficient to make them capitulate. But I suppose we'll see in a moment. Nope. See that line here? This is a single German tank. Just vroom. Okay, come on. Let's finish this. Just a little bit longer and the Soviet behemoth should be conquered. After several years. Oh, finally. Yes, wonderful. And we got a lot of stuff. Okay, what do we want? We want to puppet them, because that will make taking stuff easier and cheaper. So, move on. No, not Mongolia. Soviet Union, puppet. We have the most score, but Germany will want to take stuff as well. Let's move one. Japan, puppet to Mongolia. Okay, I'm going to pass once. Yes, they have given score. Let's take as much stuff as we can for the Soviet Union. And let's take the lands that would normally interest the Germans to maybe prevent them from taking those lands. Alright, let's hope the Germans don't want any of this. Did they take anything? Haha, they didn't. Because they only wanted land here. Good. Right, now we can take the rest. That is all the land that Soviet Union used to have. But the goal of the challenge was to annex it, so we'll still have to annex the puppet. But there's also Xinjiang left. How about, can I puppet Xinjiang? Seems like I can. Yes, let's puppet Xinjiang too. And that is it. We have taken all of the Soviet Union, even though Germany was in the war, we didn't give them one bit. That is quite satisfying. Now, the problem is the goal was to annex them, and they're a puppet. They are a Russian empire. They're our puppet. We have to annex them. Let's switch our focus to suppressed subjects to speed this up. Let's start building stuff in their territory if we can. Let's build a lot of stuff in their territory to suppress their autonomy. Doesn't really matter where. And let's send them Lend-Lease. Let's send them all the Lend-Lease we can. While our remaining army will just secure the German borders just in case they change their mind and decide to not like us anymore. I could actually fight Germany now, probably. Well, after a few years of preparation. And finally, let's send the Russians Lend-Lease, because we still have to annex them. Start Lend-Lease. You can get all the stuff I have. All of it. At the moment of annexing Russia, we win the challenge because we will have annexed all that was the Soviet Union. Now, how did I manage to not give Germany everything? Well, first, you saw that, but I'll explain why it worked. First, we made Russia, now Russia, previously Soviet Union, a puppet, because giving land to the puppet, giving their own land to the puppet, is much cheaper in war score. Okay, they have become a dominion, that's okay. This is why we were able to take that much land. And then, Germany is only interested in some of the territory here. So, when in the next round of negotiations we were able to take all that territory, Germany basically lost interest. They didn't want anything up here. So once this was cleared, they just let us have all the rest, because they're such a good ally. As for Japan, they only wanted Mongolia, and they only took Mongolia. So yeah, that's that. That is why we were successful. This is different, probably more difficult than the Lithuanian strategy that I used, where we first used the Germans to beat up the Russians and then turned against the Germans and beat the Germans, because this required a lot of preparation beforehand. But we don't have to fight the Germans anymore. Yay, we can reduce the Russian autonomy level. Finally. Okay, they're gonna become a Reichskommissariat. One more and we can annex. It's gonna take a while, because I need to keep building factories in their territory and sending them all our military production in the form of Lend-Lease, so that, you know, their autonomy would go down. But it's not gonna last that long. Just have a look. It's a few points every day just from buildings, and we're also going to get a lot from Lend-Lease, because I'm sending them everything we have. See that big jump? That's our Lend-Lease being delivered. Oh, what? Oh, cool, we can reduce Poland's autonomy as well. I would like to, however, I don't want to waste political power. I'm not sure what the cost of annexing Russia will be. Well, I suppose I could do it. Poland's now a colony again. Yeah, because during the war they were contributing quite a lot of war score, so they were able to increase their autonomy level. Yay, we can click the button and annex Russia as Latvia. Well, technically, the Empire of the Thunder Cross, I'm not sure why, but yay, Latvia annexing Russia. Let's do that. It's gonna take a moment. Has a lot of land to process. Just a moment longer. Hope the game doesn't crash. And here it is. The Empire of the Thunder Cross. Let's unpause, let the factories update. 382. Alright. So this is it. This is it for this challenge. The challenge was to annex the Soviet Union as Latvia, and we have done just that. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments what you liked and what you didn't like about it, and most importantly, suggest the next challenge that I should do. Also, one more thing. I am considering maybe doing challenges for EU4 as well. Maybe. So if you want to see that, leave suggestions as well, but I will only accept short ones for EU4 because it is a long game. I think I mentioned that at the beginning. Anyway, that's it for now. Thank you for watching, and I will see you soon. Goodbye.